What if I told you a simple pack of cigarettes helped steal a fortune from one of the most luxurious casinos in Europe? No guns, no threats, just one woman, a button, and a spinning ball. This isn't some conspiracy theory. It happened. In the summer of 1973, in the glamorous casino town of Deauville, France, over just 7 days, one man kept winning at roulette. Again, and again, and again. The odds? They made no sense. The casino bled cash, over 1 million francs gone, and no one could explain why. The roulette wheels? Perfect. The croupiers? Clean. The security? Watching like hawks. And still, the man couldn't lose. But here's the twist. What the casino didn't realize was that the person cheating them wasn't the man at the table. It was the woman standing nearby. Quiet, elegant, unassuming. Her name? Monique Laurent. And in her hand was a pack of cigarettes with a transmitter hidden inside. She wasn't smoking them. She was controlling the roulette ball. The unlikely mastermind. Monique wasn't born into the criminal underworld. She grew up in northern France, poor, clever, and always underestimated. She wasn't born into wealth. She didn't have casino connections. But she watched from the outside. She saw the way rich men gambled with no consequences, and the way working-class women were ignored or used. But Monique? She was more than smart. She was connected. Her brother worked at the Deauville casino as a croupier, but more importantly, he had a passion for electronics, a radio hobbyist, a tinkerer, an experimenter, and together, they had an idea. What if they could control the roulette ball? Not rig the wheel, not steal chips, but influence the ball's path, just enough to turn luck into certainty. Technology meets gambling. Here's how the scam worked. Monique's brother engineered a custom roulette ball. It looked identical to a regular one. But inside, a miniature radio receiver. It was small, discreet, invisible to the naked eye. And when triggered, it would slightly shift its motion, just enough to land where they wanted. No one noticed. Not the croupiers, not the cameras, not even the guests standing inches away. But someone who understood the signal, could time the ball's movement, and place bets with near certainty. The signal came from a pack of cigarettes in Monique's hand. But this wasn't just a cigarette pack. It was a remote control in disguise. One press of a hidden button, and the roulette ball would respond. Subtle, silent, deadly effective. Monique's husband sat at the table, placing bets. He didn't always pick a number. He bet on clusters, groups of 6 or 12 numbers. Enough to look casual, but win far more than lose. And it worked. The beauty of this con? It was simple. 3 people. Monique, the transmitter. Her husband, the bettor. Her brother, the genius behind the scenes. No hacking, no brute force. Just a woman, a button, and an illusion of luck. The perfect beginning. May 1973, the con begins. The casino in Deauville was alive. Tourists, aristocrats, big money. Monique moved through the room like a ghost. Elegant, invisible, just another pretty woman near the roulette table. Her husband played the part. Cool, casual, lucky. But after just one night, he walked away with thousands of francs. By night 3? The whispers started. This guy never loses. They checked the roulette wheel. Nothing. They checked the dealers. Clean. They even switched tables. Still, he kept winning. Security scratched their heads. There was no proof of cheating, but it felt too perfect. And that's because it was. The real trick wasn't at the table. It was off to the side. inside a cigarette box. They kept playing, night after night. Monique pressing the button, her husband placing the bets. The money flowed, until it all fell apart. The mistake. It only took a second. By now, the casino had panicked. They brought in undercover agents, trained eyes, plain clothes, watching everything. Monique's husband sat back down, relaxed, confident, like he owned the place. Monique, right where she always stood, just outside the circle, holding that cigarette pack, like always. But this time, an agent saw something. Her finger twitched, barely perceptible. He kept watching, and again, as her husband leaned in to place a bet. Her hand subtly moved over the cigarette box. Tiny movement, almost nothing. But to a trained observer, it was everything. The agent didn't say a word. He waited, watched. Another spin, another win. And then, the moment the chips hit the table, the takedown began. Security swarmed. Monique, her husband, her brother, all arrested on the spot. The casino still didn't know exactly how they did it. But the truth was about to unravel. Busted. Once investigators examined the ball in the cigarette pack, the illusion shattered. The roulette ball, outwardly normal, but inside, a hidden metallic coil capable of responding to electromagnetic pulses. The cigarette pack, a custom-built transmitter, tiny handmade circuitry, designed to emit short, silent signals. Genius, invisible, and unless you knew exactly what to look for, impossible to catch. Monique's brother confessed first. He'd built the system from scratch. Monique admitted her role, calm, emotionless. Her husband? He tried to play dumb, but folded under pressure. It wasn't just cheating. It was fraud on an industrial level. The media went wild. Headlines screamed across Europe. Woman controls roulette with cigarette pack. Casino heist without a gun. The lady who outsmarted the house. In a world where men dominated gambling, Monique became a symbol. Not just of crime, but of intelligence, defiance, style. The trial and punishment. The courtroom was packed. Journalists, casino owners, lawyers. Everyone wanted to see the woman who broke the wheel. Monique wore a dark suit, elegant, collected. Her brother sat quietly. Her husband looked like he was going to faint. The prosecution called it premeditated manipulation, a high-tech crime, a threat to the entire gambling industry. But the public, they loved her because she didn't rob the casino at gunpoint. She didn't steal from people. She simply outsmarted the system. In the end, her brother got the longest sentence. He'd built the device. Monique served a short term and walked out a quiet legend. Her husband got fines and probation. The casino paid the fines, covered it up, and never spoke of it again. They didn't want copycats. They didn't want to admit they got beat by a woman with a cigarette pack. The legend lives on after prison. Monique disappeared. No interviews, no press, no memoir. She just vanished. Some say she moved to the countryside and lived quietly. Others say she went to Monaco or Vegas and sold the design to other scammers for a fortune. But no one knows, because Monique didn't just disappear. She became a ghost, a name whispered in the shadows of casinos, a tale told by old dealers, late at night. A legend. The bigger truth. This isn't just a story about gadgets and gambling. It's about power. Monique wasn't a greedy thief. She was a woman who grew up with nothing, denied opportunity, told she didn't belong in the world of money, risk, and glamour. And yet, She walked into the most elite casino in Europe and beat them at their own game. Casinos are built on hope. They sell the illusion that you might win. But the math says otherwise. The house always wins. Unless you know how to bend the rules. And Monique, she didn't just bend them. She rewrote them. She turned a roulette wheel into a personal ATM. She flipped the odds. She shattered the illusion. All with a tiny hidden button. Inside a pack of cigarettes. Final thought. So the next time you're near a roulette table, ask yourself, is it really all chance? Or is someone, somewhere, controlling the ball? Because in the world of high-stakes gambling, you never know who's pressing the button. And sometimes, the smartest person in the room isn't even playing.